All right, so during this time of COVID-19, a lot of schools have been just outright canceled. And two university actresses came up with the idea to make a homework hotline. And join me today, Shannon Exley and Matthew Dirks. I thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
thanks
having
for
us,
having
Naquan.
us. Yeah, thank you.
So on March 10th, President Miller sent out an email saying that classes are canceled until March 30th. What was your first reaction?
My first reaction is, do I still have to go to school? As a student teacher, we didn't really, know what was going to happen to us. I think that university closed before my student teaching placement did. So obviously, I knew that I still had to go to my student teaching placement, but I guess I just didn't really see what would happen in the future. So my first question is, what do I do?
Yeah, I originally was not very surprised, and fortunately, my mentor teacher and I had been planning for this eventuality in advance. We kind of figured something would happen and wanted to have a plan just in case it did, and so we had a plan ready to go. So I wasn't super shocked. Of course, but I was happy that we kind of planned for it in advance.
Absolutely. Now, later in the month, you all found out that all classes will be held virtually for the rest of the semester. So how did that affect not only student teaching, but doing your clinical classes?
So we only have to take one class as we're student teaching, and that's our colloquium class. And luckily, we had a professor who was very, very flexible and still reaching out to us any chance he could get. He was just willing to work with the situation, and I think that kind of flowed to the rest of us and being more calm and collected about it, and being prepared to finish that class.
Yeah, absolutely, totally agree. Flexibility was the name of the game. My reaction really once he announced that classes would be canceled for the rest of the semester, and then once they said even over summer, everything would be online. That immediately raises questions about what is that going to look like for me since I'm graduating as a teacher in the fall. How is that going to impact that? And the answer is, I guess we really don't know yet.
Student teaching, are you done student teaching or have you transitioned to online learning?
We transferred to online learning after DeWine had mentioned something, but my mentor teacher, she kind of just, she wasn't really knowing what to do. I mean, we had a plan at my school, but it really stressful and for her, and I think she just wanted to handle things herself and kind of transition me out, which is fine. I got to help with her on a few things, and I'm in the process of writing an email to my students, but I am basically no longer student teaching.
I pretty much continued my student teaching as normal. My mentor teacher still wanted me on, and he asked for my help, especially I had a little bit more experience working with online platforms than he did, so I was able to be helpful to him in that way. So I've been posting videos and assignments weekly for my students, posting daily updates, just checking in on them. My mentor teacher is actually having surgery this week, so I'm going to continue helping him student teaching, running his class basically while he's going through the recovery process from surgery, even after my graduation. So I've been happy to do that.
Why did the two of you decide to start a homework hotline? Were you bored and it was like, I don't have nothing to do, so let's just start a hotline? Or what was your inspiration behind it?
We get a lot of questions about this, like, what, you guys are student teaching, you're at the end of your college career, you're graduating, why did you start something like this? And I think as student teachers, we've seen firsthand just how students are struggling. My brother is still in high school, and I know he's struggling with the whole distance learning, and he's about to graduate from high school. And giving that chance to student teach, we're seeing firsthand how these students are handling this. And so we wanted to create something that would help ease the burden that teachers, parents, and students are all facing in the pandemic. And after talking with everyone, we noticed that not only are students struggling to manage the workload, parents are too. And so we wanted this program to become an additional resource that youth can use to finish the school year.
Yeah, the other thing I kept coming back to is in schools, there's so many resources for students to go to when they need help, whether that's an intervention specialist, a tutor, their teacher, after school programs. There's just so many things, services for students to get help, and that's awesome. But where do you go for help when you're not in school, when you're completely learning online? There's really nowhere except for maybe one teacher for each subject area, and that's incredibly taxing on the teacher who can't possibly hope to reach 100 or 120 students individually just over the internet. So that's where we come in.
Absolutely. Now, what subjects do you serve? Do you serve just the basic subjects right now?
We've picked the four. We're kind of keeping it basic. We've picked the four main subjects of science, social studies, math, and language arts. We're serving all grade levels, K through 12, with those. So we see a variety of different branches of those. So we see world history versus American history. We see chemistry, biology. We see algebra to basic kindergarten math. So we're kind of keeping it broad. I think we plan on adding a special education strand and a early childhood strand at some point.
Are you thinking about adding like a foreign language thing to this, like a Spanish or a French?
So we do have Spanish support. If someone requests it, we can absolutely help out with that. Any other foreign language would be a little more difficult, but we absolutely could find the assistance, I'm sure, because the College of Education has been incredibly helpful in giving us resources, everything we need to get this program up and running. And I know we could find someone that speaks French or Arabic, whatever kind of language support we need. But Spanish is the only one specifically that we could support right now.
Is this a paid opportunity or this is just volunteer based? And are you thinking about making it paid down the road?
Well, right now it's strictly volunteer. And we've been incredibly fortunate to have an outpouring of volunteers. 24 or 25 volunteers right now signed up throughout so many different subject areas. And these volunteers range from freshman education students finishing up their first year of college to student teachers like myself and Cheyenne, to current teachers and retired teachers, and some college professors as well. So the outpouring of support for volunteerism has been huge. There's no plan right now to turn this into a paid opportunity for tutors, because we want to be able to provide this service to everyone, regardless of their income level. So.
How long is a session with a particular student?
So as of right now, our tutoring program is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. With 20-minute sessions. However, because of the popularity that we're facing, beginning May 14th, we are extending our sessions. So we are going to have the program run from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and they're going to be half-hour sessions instead of 20 minutes.
What has been the reaction from the community about this? I see you guys on News 5, Fox 8, WKYC. It's like y'all celebrities. So, so what has been the reaction from the community about this?
Genuinely incredible, more than I ever thought would happen. Like you mentioned, every single person we've contacted, the University of Akron was very supportive, first of all, in setting this up. Jared Tudor, the Dean of the College of Education, immediately said, yes, let's do this when we presented it to him, whatever you guys need to get it up and running. And they helped us set up a website. We worked with a media specialist to put together a press release and get it released to these media outlets so that then on Fox or ABC, whatever news outlet we've been on, we can spread the program and people can hear about it. And then we've gotten so many more signups from that. And we've also seen an incredible outpouring from different communities. We originally started with just wanting to work with students in the Akron area, and then that's expanded to Summit County. And then schools outside of Summit County started contacting us saying, hey, can we spread this to our students? This is a really awesome program. So the support from the community just all over Ohio has been absolutely fantastic and more than I ever expected.
And we're actually getting attention from another volunteer program. It's the Cleveland Browns First and 10 movement. We just had an interview with them yesterday, and they talked to us a little bit about their movement and how they can feature us because they think that the volunteer opportunity that we're providing is such a great program.
Absolutely. Out of all of this, what do you hope the impact of this is for the students and the community?
Is that I think, out of this program, we just want students to know that there are people there for them. It doesn't have to just be their parents or their actual teachers. The community out there is here to support them and make sure that they're successful. And I think that this opportunity gives those people the chance to show that they're there for them.
Yeah, I totally agree. I just hope students continue to learn and get the help that they need. We've had some students say they haven't done any work at all while their school has been closed and they've been doing everything online. Just haven't done it. But I've been super happy to see that kids have taken some of the responsibility themselves to come to this program and get some of their work done and get caught back up. I just hope students continue learning.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Naquan. We really appreciate it.